Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will shake how you see women forever. By the end of this video, you won't just understand what separates a high-value woman from a low-value one. You'll know exactly how to protect your peace, your purpose, and your future from the kind of woman who can quietly dismantle everything you built. These are 6 psychological red flags that reveal a woman's true value. And believe me, most men never see number 6 coming. So don't blink. First, she never takes accountability. When every story she tells ends with her as the victim, understand this. She's not unlucky. She's unaccountable. If she's single, it's because men are trash. If she's broke, the world is unfair. If her life is chaos, people keep hurting her. A woman who avoids responsibility is trapped in emotional childhood. She's allergic to growth because blame feels safer than change. And here's the part that most men miss. When she refuses to own her past, she's giving you a preview of your future. She won't defend it. She'll destroy it and still say it was your fault. A high-value woman admits her mistakes, learns, adapts. A low-value one hides behind excuses, drama, and endless stories. The longer you stay, the more you'll start apologizing for things you never did, because she profits from instability. She feeds on chaos, and when she can't find someone else to blame, she'll use you as the storm's lightning rod. And that's where her true nature reveals itself, because when no one's left to point at, what she does next shows what she really values. Second, she values image over integrity. She worships the mirror. Her reflection, her likes, her comments, they're her lifeline. Her phone isn't communication, it's validation. She's not confident, she's performing. At first, it seems harmless. She's radiant, stylish, magnetic. But look closer. She invests in the image, not the woman behind it. When attention becomes oxygen, she'll do anything to stay seen. Even sell her peace, even fake her worth. She trades depth for desire, truth for attention, authenticity for applause. And most men mistake this performance for confidence. They chase the glow and ignore the emptiness behind it. Remember this, beauty fades, character doesn't. Looks may attract you, but only integrity keeps you safe. An attention-addicted woman will always need an audience, even in a relationship. So before you fall for her charm, ask yourself, does she want to be loved or just admired? If it's admiration, walk away. Admiration is temporary, but the drain she leaves behind, that lingers for years. Third, she argues more than she listens. If every talk feels like a courtroom, you're not in a relationship, you're in combat. For a low-value woman, conversation isn't about truth. It's about control. She interrupts, exaggerates, weaponizes emotions, not because she's evil, but because she never learned humility. Talking to her isn't connection, it's competition. She doesn't want peace, she wants victory. And every time you argue with your ego, you lose twice, your energy and your respect. A high-value woman speaks less, but means more. She prefers reflection over reaction. She knows that silence can solve what shouting never will. Remember this rule, brother, don't wrestle with chaos. Because if she can't find inner calm, she'll create outer conflict. And when she refuses to learn from the battles she starts, that's when you'll see the next sign, and it's even darker. But before we go there, hit that like button, because if this already hit you hard, what comes next might just change how you see women forever. Fourth, she never learns from her mistakes. Her past isn't the problem, her repetition is. She's trapped in a loop. Same drama, same heartbreak, same men, just different faces. She says she's healing, but healing without introspection is just another cycle. What she really wants isn't growth, it's comfort. And comfort is the enemy of transformation. Most men can't see this pattern, but once you do, you'll never unsee it. Fourth entails avoiding the possibility that she is the issue. It's not bad luck when you meet a lady who deems every man toxic and continuously blames her ex-boyfriends, but she continues to date the same type of man. Poor pattern recognition is what that is. It's possible for a knowledgeable woman to make mistakes once or twice. Then she hesitates. She poses challenging questions to herself. She restores her tranquility and rewires her habits. A low amount. A lady never stops. To divert her attention from the lesson she skipped, she dives right into the next excitement. The cycle then starts over. This is where most males fall short, though. They believe that they can teach her a lesson. They believe that she will change for me. No, she won't, brother. Not until she learns from pain what reason could not. What refuses to face itself cannot be fixed. Before her pattern becomes yours, you can only put some distance between you and her. The following point is significant because it illustrates her actions when life calls for guidance. 5. She merely wants. She has no plans. She will grin and respond, "I just want to be happy," when you ask her where she sees herself in 5 years. Happiness, however, is an outcome rather than a strategy. A lady with a low V value enjoys independence but despises structure. She won't develop consistency, but she will say she wants to succeed. Despite her lack of tolerance, she will claim to seek love. She desires outcomes without following a schedule. This is when things get dicey. Although it sounds poetic, her life philosophy is based on avoidance. She conflates being free with avoiding responsibility. And that's poison to a man with a mission. Because she's living for the weekend, chasing vibes, and labeling impulsiveness self-expression, while you're creating, organizing, and making sacrifices. You'll also observe that she never gets bigger over time. She never completes anything, so she keeps starting over. Direction is respected by a sensible lady. Structure does not scare her. She appreciates it because it fosters harmony. It reveals a woman's lack of discipline, thus she rejects it. However, this is where most men end up stuck. They interpret her free spirit as a sign of adventure. They mistake instability for enthusiasm. However, that excitement quickly wanes when you learn she has no roots. Additionally, you are the one attempting to steady her. With someone who doesn't plan their own future, you can't plan yours. And that brings us to the last and most telling indication. 6. She picks pals who make her feel vulnerable. Are you curious about her true identity? Avoid looking at her pictures. Take a look at her circle. If her pals have no growth objectives, gossip, wine, and party every weekend, you're dating more than just her. Her surroundings are being dated by you. Women with low V values seek companions who make them feel at ease rather than hold them accountable. She is looking for approval rather than guidance. Her ideal client is one who says, "You're right," even when she is obviously mistaken. And this is the risk. Her echo chamber is her circle. She will be repelled if she makes an effort to change. They will refer to her differently if she begins to mature. Any high-value male she encounters will murmur, "He's controlling." A smart woman understands that leaving old company is a necessary part of growing. A woman with a low V value settles for mediocrity and remains mired in the same drama she professes to detest because she fears loneliness. Listen to her tribe, then brother, because her listening habits will ultimately influence how she hears you. You're responsible for maintaining your peace. You finally understand the reality. You're not the only one surrounded by low-value ladies. They may appear as promising at times. Additionally, most men waste years of their lives attempting to save someone who isn't prepared to save herself. No one is being judged here. It's all about self-defense. Because you don't just spend your time with the wrong woman. Your calm is rewired by her. She destroys your discipline, saps your focus, and causes you to lose sight of who you were before you met her. Here's the good news, though. Now you can see it. The patterns are visible. Before her storm becomes your story, you can leave early. A man of high value doesn't pursue. He watches. He doesn't dispute. He He does analysis. He doesn't impose his will. He establishes expectations. Finding the ideal woman is not the objective. The goal is to identify the type of woman that makes you forget yourself and to realize that you should never compromise your tranquility for her potential. Because battling chaos isn't what true strength is all about. The goal is to create a life that is so steady that chaos cannot exist there. Please click the like button if this message resonated deeply with you, brother. Because guys who remain inquisitive grow into men who are impossible to FOOL. Subscribe for more truths like this one. Always maintain your composure, be alert, and remain grounded.